You know, this season for me is really about trying to get a nice buck, but then also getting a couple nice does. And in the early season, that's really what we're excited about, is trying to get those does that are still on a daylight pattern when most of the big bucks aren't. It's October 7th, and we're trying to find a doe to shoot for the meat in the freezer. We're out here on public hunting land, and just gonna see if someone will come by. Though I missed my first shot on film, Harrison made his count a couple of weeks later, taking a nice doe.
Just shot a doe. It's October 21st, and it's the day that I came in to shoot a doe. So, I guess we got what I came for. Yeah, I didn't get it on this camera just because I set it up to get the start of the tornado. I didn't want to move it to actually get that deer in the shot when I shot it.
So, first doe of the season, good to get some meat for the freezer. Yeah, she was quartering away, coming up this way. So I thought I hit her a little high, but I was hoping that outside, coming from a tree stand, that my exit wound would be lower. So it actually was. I hit her, and it exited low. She probably went, 110 yards?
Yeah, probably.
50 yards. We'll drag her out of here and get some meat. After Harrison's doe, he missed a buck a couple weeks later.
Meh.
And then our season slowed down quite a bit.
Alright, it's November 12th, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We saw one doe, came right under our stand. Could have shot her, but I thought she was a little bit too small, so we'll let her get a little older. Not seeing too much, saw a nice shooter this morning.
It may have been the warm weather this fall, or just being unlucky, but we didn't have any shooter bucks coming to range for several weeks. Jared saw a couple older bucks, but they kept their distance. As for me, the only action I got was that I was able to shoot a coyote out of my stand, which I was happy about. It wasn't until the final day of early season bow. I went in with a pretty bad wind, but it was the final day, and I just wanted to take a doe. And as that doe came in, she was just coming into range, and I saw a big set of antlers back behind her. And it ended up being a nice 10-pointer. And she was spooked, and she started stamping her feet. And that buck stopped right behind her about 60 yards. And I was just thinking, man, I hope that buck keeps coming in. He came in about to 50 and then just cut sideways, and I knew I was going to lose him. And I took the shot, and it was probably just a little too far out of my range. I shot underneath him. And that was the end of early season bow. Semester has ended, and grades could have been better. Honestly, hunting season could have been better as well. But now it's winter break, and it's time to shoot deer and forget about what happened and get it on videotape. Because we ain't quitters. That's all there is to it. So we missed a coyote this morning, and then I just missed a doe on film right now at about 4 yards away. So that makes it just about the worst day for Iowa Slam TV ever.
Some deer down there?
But we're out scouting right now to try to find where some other deer are hanging out. And
Maybe I should have been there today.
probably shoot my bow quite a bit tomorrow, scout tomorrow evening, and then get out the next day and get one. Let's make it happen. It's still got 2 weeks, so as long as we're not stuck in this snowdrift for too long. That's the first doe we've been able to take on film, so that's a good feeling. It looked like I hit it in a really good spot. All the other deer had gone out around me, and that one for some reason just cut it on the trail I was hoping they'd use. Came into about 20, had her head down, and I just raced up and just centered in on her and took the shot. It looked like I hit her in the lungs. So that was awesome. So we found the doe. She ran about 200 yards up over the hill. We came out here last night and couldn't find her. I thought she was going the way she had come in and run down near the water and the cover, but she had some friends that ran up over the hill instead. She followed them and made it about 20 yards from the bedding area. We're lucky she didn't make it another 20 yards. She would have been hard to find because she didn't bleed hardly at all. But yeah, I got her a pretty good shot right back behind the shoulder. Looks like I might have got some lungs. This morning we also went out and did some coyote hunting right beforehand and shot a coyote, so I figured I'd throw that in there too. Good deal on the doe. Gonna hang her up for 2 or 3 days and then get her processed. Good day for Iowa Slam.
Yeah, so last night had a pretty good night. Actually shot at one with both a bow and a muzzleloader. For not seeing anything late season really, and then coming in and having a great night. You know, I had 2 tags that fell. So, first one I shot with a muzzleloader, was about 150 yards. And then another nice big white 8 came in, and I shot him with my bow about 5 to 10 minutes before it got dark. So, I know I hit him because he fell down, but as far as a good enough hit on either one of them, you know, it's got me guessing. I could barely sleep last night, but we'll see. I mean, only time will tell.
We weren't able to recover either deer that Jared shot at that night. The muzzleloader shot actually missed the deer, and the bow was hit too high to kill the deer. The deer recovered, but it was still not a good feeling to wound a deer in that way. Jared and Harrison hunted the rest of the season hard, but weren't able to get any quality bucks in range. And it left me at home alone to finish the season and try to make something of it. With 2 days left in the season, I decided to try a stand that we hadn't used much that year, just to see if my luck would change. Did it. I did it. I took the whole season. I didn't want it to spook me. I'd had a coyote see me in the stand earlier when it came in. And so I didn't even turn the camera on. And he came into about 20. I just grunted at him, he stopped. I rocked him. We did it. We did it. We did it. That's it. 2 days left in the season. 2 days left in the season. And I finally have one come in to range. That's a shooter. I just found the arrow. It's covered in blood.
around there, so I may have hit him a little far back. Maybe just the back of the lung or the liver. So I'll probably give him 2 or 3 hours and go look for him.
Harvesting that buck was really special. It was the culmination of a season where we had all had our ups and downs. And getting those antlers in my hands with 2 days left was a feeling that I won't forget for a long time. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, it looks like I'm going a little back behind. He didn't make it far.
Still a good shot.
Cool.
There it is.
Cool, so we found him about 100 yards away from where I shot him. And yeah, kind of what I expected, kind of 11 point. Nice old deer. You can see the gray on his face and stuff. So that's awesome. That's an awesome way to end the season. Just 2 days left in the season, so that's awesome. Cool.